What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I literally just finished the Yamaha video and I decided, hey, let's jump right into the next one. So show you guys what we got going on here. We have a Lance PCH 150cc. Get my shadow out the way. Yeah, 150cc, guys. So this bike is not mine. It belongs to a friend of mine. He's been on me for about 2 years to get this thing running. This bike came from an auction, I think down in California. You can see the old auction numbers on there, and I swear I hate that they do that. But yeah, they go the auction numbers there. This is old number 40 at the auction. Yep, this is a Lance 150cc long case. And we have the 12-inch wheels, front and rear. The tires look really good on this thing. You can see somebody did the old rattle cam black. I don't know if this bike was a theft recovery or not, but it does have a key and it works. So don't really know the story on this bike. You know, like I said, it belongs to a friend of mine. He picked it up at an auction. But yeah, we're gonna look at it real quick. Those tires in the back look brand new, man, and I'm digging those wheels. 5 stars. I got a thing for them. But yeah, guys, this bike here actually is the holy grail of the GY6s, and I'm gonna get it up on the table real quick and show you guys exactly why this thing is the holy grail of the GY6. All right, got it up on the table. I had to remove that mirror up here because it was hitting my light. This thing is pretty big, pretty tall. Nice full-size heavy frame scooter. Okay, guys, I mean, looking around this thing, I'm trying to figure out what year this thing is, and I really don't know. I do have a sticker right here. It says PCH 125, so this might be a 125cc. I'm gonna have to run the numbers on it. It says 2019, so this might be a 19. For 19, this thing sure looks like it's been through it. All right, guys, I'm going to show you right now why this is the holy grail of the GY6. All right, it's a Lance motor. It's a GY6, so has all the emissions and everything on it. That doesn't make it special, okay? Right there, guys, this is what makes this engine special. It is a bottom mount. See that? Now, I don't know if we can really call this a GY6 because here's the engine numbers. Let me wipe those off real quick so you can see them better. Okay, gang, there's the engine number and that there. I don't know which one to go by, but it is XS1P520MI-3, and we have a 196000159. So yeah, guys, this might not be a GY6. I mean, it has a GY6 flavor, the style of the carb, the head, the starter over here. I don't know, guys. We're gonna have to tear into this sucker and really figure it out. As you know, you look from this side, that screams GY6 to me. Even the carb is the old Klein knockoff GY6 carb. Okay, let's go ahead and just start the basics, man. The reason this bike is here, it has no spark. Now, the oil is full. Hold on. Something don't look right. That oil looks red. Oh my Jesus. That's not oil. That's transmission fluid in the oil. It sure the heck is. What the heck is going on here? That is freaking transmission fluid. Now, I don't think this bike is locked up because it's been about 2 years since I even seen this thing. He finally convinced me to come get it because I'll be really busy, but nope. Ooh, got some compression. It's not locked up, but I think that's where we're going to have to start right there, guys. We're going to have to change the oil. I've never seen nobody put transmission fluid in the oil. Now, maybe there's something I don't know, but I've never seen that in my life. You guys know putting transmission in place of oil is better. Let me know. Alright guys, like I said, this thing didn't have any spark. Now, when he first brought it to me, we stuck this blue coil on just for the purposes of seeing if the stator had power. And it did not, because these blue coils, even though I hate these things, they're junk, they are good. One good thing about them, they have this little green light. And with you kicking it over and that little green light lights up, you know you have power from your stator. So we have no power from the stator. So now I'm gonna have to go back and check the ignition and everything else. But I know for a fact we have no power from the stator. So, alright guys, I do have a coil and I'm going to go dig it out. Yo, this thing even has the orange CDI. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and dig out the stator that I have for it that I know works. And we're going to go ahead and replace that. And once we place that and confirm spark, then we're going to change that transmission fluid out of there. Okay guys, let me get my tools and stuff together and we'll be right back. Alright guys, got the bike all, well, for the most part, all the plastics are off on the ground. I like to do this with every bike that I get, especially an auction bike that you don't know the history of it. You know what I'm saying? There could be theft recoveries, there could be some jankiness going on. I think we got a little bit of both going on with this. I kind of believe this bike was a theft recovery now. Reason being is it's been hot wired. The ignition is not plugged up, so it does have a key, but this key only turns and unlocks the trunk. It will not go the other way for anything I do. Okay. All right, now this orange coil that's on here, I do remember I gave him this orange coil out of my stash because it was a working coil when he said he didn't have any spark. So put the coil on and it didn't solve the problem. Another reason I like to take these covers off is just so I can see everything at the same time, like I said. Now, we have here the start wire for the solenoid. And it's been butchered. You know, loose wire there. One is plugged in there on the side. But you know, you still have pins, so I can fix that. That's no big deal. Both of the pins are still in there. I can just use my pin tool and pull them out, recrimp them in the spots where they're supposed to be. I guess yeah, I just like to get it all so I can just see it. Now, on the side body panel, it did say this is a PCH 125, so I guess we're dealing with a 125. If you look at that, guys, the lower cover cooling shroud is been pulled back. Don't know why. Doubt my buddy did that, but alright, gonna have to address that. So I'm noticing this thing has a brand new carburetor on it. I don't know if it has any fuel in it. Yeah, it sounds like it got a little bit down in there. I don't know if it's good or bad, but 9 times out of 10 I'm just going to change it and run some ethanol free. Yeah, the carb looks brand new. So, and I did notice he had another carburetor here in the seat bucket, and it's probably the one that came off of it. The decline Japan. Okay, whatever that means. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, guys, and just now I guess just pull off the stator and swap it out, fix up some of these wires, and kind of see where we're at, you know. I just want to get spark for right now. See guys, the Yamaha sign don't look too bad on the back of the seat, as long as you're walking right by it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pull off the cover and pull the stator off. I have the other stator here. This is one that came off of this engine. I know it worked. I just couldn't find it when I got ready to put this engine on and ended up having to buy a new one. So now that I've located it, we're going to use it. Hey, hold on a second, guys. I gotta put the second GoPro on the oh, charger's going dead. Okay, let's go ahead and just get this cover off. I already have removed 2 of the 8mm bolts. Let's take the rest of them out. Shoot, I only had 1 left. Okay. Okay, I thought it was 1 more for some reason. Alrighty. Now I do believe it is the stator, like I said earlier, so we're going to start there. Could be the start switch up there. I don't even know if it's plugged in. We'll figure all that out. We're just going to change parts until we figure it out. Troubleshooting 101. Just swap everything out until you figure it out. Alright, gotta grab a 17mm for the crank bolt. Get that sucker out. And oh man, this flywheel is pretty rusty. Pickup is clean. I'm gonna sand that on up. Make sure that's not a problem for us. Grab a 17. 17, yep. Alrighty. Now if you guys working on going to work on scoots or work on your own scoot, you need to get the tools. You don't need many, but one thing you definitely need is a good impact. That's the DeWalt XR 20V max. I mean, it pretty much busts all of the nuts I need. If not, I have several others, but if you just want to work on stuff at home and you're always at home, get the Harbor Freight, the 1/2" Chicago electric plug in the wall style. You gotta get it all done. Alright, let me go ahead and get this thing together and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I always seem to get a phone call right in the middle of recording, so let's bust this sucker loose. I was barely on there. Okay guys, you're going to remove the magneto. You're going to need this tool. This is your flywheel magneto puller. Cheap as hell. You get them on Amazon. I think like 18 bucks, 14 bucks. I don't remember. I've had this one for a while. And of course it's the wrong side. There's 2 sides. This side is for 50cc and this side is mainly for like 150. So all you do is pull the screw out and flip it to the other side. Alrighty, let's see. Flipped over, screw back on. Alright, I'm gonna have to put my harness on, guys, so I can have both of my hands. Alrighty. So it screws in, I think, counterclockwise. Yeah, screws in counterclockwise. Just want to get this all the way down, cinched in, snug as you can get it. You know, you don't want to put ugga duggas on it, just, you know, so you don't peel your threads off when you go to do that. Now I'm gonna go get my chest harness and put that sucker on so you guys can watch me bust this sucker loose. Okay gang, got the magneto off, and look what I see. This is a DC stator, not an AC stator. And the reason I know it's a DC stator is because there's no exciter coil. The exciter coil is like this one. One of the coils is wrapped. So I think this was a whole spark issue right here, guys. This was the CD box that previous owner was trying to run. This is an AC stator. Well, I had to go ahead and order that stator, which is a that CDI. This is a DC CDI AC stator. See the size difference. The DC is a little larger. Okay guys, once I noticed that, I went ahead and said, you know what, let me figure out my wiring, because all of the wiring going into the CDI were pulled out. So I had to repin them, put them back in their position. Now, I tell you, this wiring was kind of funky. So this wire here that comes from the pickup on the stator, which is one of these, if you don't know, this is the pickup. It reads that little position right there on the magneto, and this tells the tells it when to send spark to the cylinder. That's what I'm trying to say. Forgive me guys, it's early in the morning. I just woke up, so yeah, figured that out guys. And like I said, this wiring was funky. This wire here was, they actually had it tied into the start solenoid. So yeah, they had this wire passed into the solenoid here, I guess because they couldn't get spark, and what they were trying to do was make it have spark. I don't understand the reasoning, but yeah, I went ahead and patched this line back together, soldered it. I'm going to go ahead and shrink wrap it now, and we should have spark. Went ahead and put our covers back on here because they're not in the way, and I took care of the battery in situation. Took a piece out of my car audio collection, and tapped the battery back in, or crimped the wires with that end on there. I can't talk guys, it's too early in the morning. All right, so our battery's in, charged. Just gotta hook back up our okay guys, that got out of hand really quick. You can see the footboard is back off and the leg shield. Reason being, I lost spark all of a sudden, and I turned the key, went to go turn it on, and it was no spark. So I decided to unloom the wiring, tracing the pickup wire, because the pickup wire, look at this, so you guys can see it. So how long that pickup wire is? That pickup wire shouldn't be that freaking long. Unless they had it doubled up in this harness, there was no reason for it to be out past the back wheel of the bike. So that made me want to trace the wire to make sure, did they pull on it in the harness? Did they snap it somewhere along the line? So went ahead and unraveled the wiring harness, took the loom off, untaped it, traced it all the way back. You know, I'm seeing, okay, it's going solid, so I stopped right about here, because I know the pickup wire, it comes out here, and it's this blue wire here, right? Now this blue wire runs up to your shutoff switch. On the other side, I don't know if you guys can see it, that red connector right there, there's a blue and a yellow wire. Now the yellow wire has a blue stripe, and it comes back down from here, down through your wiring harness, back into the wiring harness loom, and it runs to your CDI. So that's your yellow and blue wire in your CDI. Okay, now my problem was not in the wiring harness. This was not the CDI. Now, we had spark, and all of a sudden we lost it. I think the whole problem with this bike, guys, is this switch had a bad connection. The switch is not bad, it's a bad connection. So I cleaned it, stuck it back in, and we got spark again, and the bike is freaking running. So yeah, you know, I should have thought about that, but I didn't. So okay, well, now we understand that when we don't have spark, what should we do? We should check the stator, make sure the stator is producing power, make sure the pickup is working. I did all that with my multimeter, guys. So we tested all of that, and then make sure your coil is operational. Now I had power to the coil, I had everything, I just didn't have spark. I had weak power to the coil. So I finally dawned on me when I traced that wire to check the shut off switch. So now it's running, guys. So let's see. I don't show out on me, run again. fires right up. All right, guys, you can see it fires right up. Okay, so I'm thinking the whole problem with this bike the whole time was that freaking switch right there, which makes sense because you leave the bike out in the rain, it gets rained on, this connection up here gets corroded, you get a bad connection. And then if you're like me and previous people before me, you're not thinking, you ended up taking the whole bike apart just like this just to figure out it was that, or not figuring out, and it ends up at auction. So all right, guys, I'm gonna put the bike back together, go ahead and re-tape the wiring harness back up, put the fuse back in because you don't want to leave it that way, burn up your whole harness if you have a short. And we'll move on to the next phase. I'm gonna paint this bike up for my boy, make it real nice and jazzy, and he can get it back because it's taking up space on my table and I got other things to work on. All right. Okay, guys, I want to tap in real quick. Got the loom on there. Just got to find some tape because the old Harbor Freight around the corner is not open yet. But while we're waiting, let's go ahead and drain this transmission fluid oil. That's why I didn't run it long, because guys, like I said, that stuff was red and I suspected to be transmission fluid. The exhaust smells like transmission fluid, so let's just go ahead and just pull this drain plug and see, is it really transmission fluid? You guys see that, right? That is transmission fluid. I'm at a loss of words on this one. Who put transmission fluid in the oil? It doesn't look like they ran it on it because this stuff looks fresh. That is fresh transmission oil. Now, I got some Pennzoil 10W40 to put back in this sucker. Not usually the 4-stroke oil that I used to use, because all they had was full synthetic, and I don't run full synthetic in these engines. I usually run conventional oil, or well, I think it is T4 Rotella diesel oil, because it's like a flat tappet cam in these things. They're not roller rockers, so synthetic actually will run dry after a long period of running and screw your motor up. Do not do synthetic, bottom line. Conventional oil, or you can use diesel oil. Alright, guys, let me pull the strainer out of here. And here's the magnet stuck to the spring. Not a lot on there. That's good. It didn't come out shiny and silvery, so let's pull the strainer out. See what we got. It doesn't look bad. Okay. No chunks or nothing. No chunks is the best part. Alright, guys, I'm gonna let this transmission fluid drain out of this thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill it back up, and we'll finish the wire loom and start putting this bad boy back together. I need to take a test drive on it before I slap it all together, make sure we have no other problems. Okay, guys, the bike is finished. See, it's all painted up. I spared you guys the paint and body segment, but if you do want to see the paint and body, just let me know. I'll add it back. But for now, we're just gonna skip to the finished product on these bikes. Check it out. I got the nice pastel blue and gray. It kind of looks purple in the sun right now, but no, that's pastel blue and gray. That's what my homeboy we decided on to give it the color was gonna give it. Yeah, it's still missing a panel. I'm gonna let him go ahead and track that down. These Lance parts are quite expensive for a scooter, but yeah, guys, check it out. It looks great in my opinion, but the main thing is it runs now. That's why we had it on the table. Had some electrical issues, so check it out. Got the key back on. I don't know if I mentioned, but yeah, I had to oil up the key and the ignition cylinder, and it started working. So check it out. Fires straight up like a brand new bike. Now the idle is a little high. I'm going to have to adjust it. But I literally just woke up, came out, trunk it up, said let me finish this video. But yeah guys, there it is, the Lance PCH 125. I couldn't wait for this thing to be done so I can deliver it back to my homeboy and he can have his bike back. Alright guys, thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.